Hey, people. What is up? Hey, Ruben. Hey, I just saw you on Niko's live stream. What is up? Hello, Grant. Got 23 people. How are you guys doing today? It's been so cold here. I bet it's been cold everywhere. Apparently, some places it snowed. Hey, oh, hey, what's up? I'm just gonna wait. I'm probably gonna, I don't know, I might wait until like, right now it's 5. I might wait until like 5:15, 5:30. Love this channel, y'all. I know, Niko, I saw you were on Niko's video about Bolivia. It was really good. I really hope he gets like 10,000 views. Good afternoon. I'm doing good. Sad it didn't snow here. Why would you want it to? Well, you like snow, but I don't. Like right now, I don't want snow. It was cold as brick. Bushfires. It's cold in Texas. Damn. Unbelievable. Doing great. Good, good. Did everyone watch Niko's live stream and breakdown of Bolivia? Because it's probably a good idea if you had watched it. Yes, it was an amazing overview. It was 13 people. What do you mean? Anna and Emma supported the coup? Are you kidding me? I'm going to have to look this up now that you said that. I mean, what the fuck would they say? Let's see. Emma Vigeland. I don't see. No. Have been terrible for years now. Yeah, but I don't. I don't think I see anything right now on her Twitter. What am I missing that she did? Oh, I haven't watched. Oh no. No, they didn't support it. That would be a little bit too bad. Yeah, Niko did give an awesome breakdown. He covered literally everything. It was what did I miss? LOL. Let's do a team exercise to pass time before we get into the nitty. Okay. You do that. I don't know what we would do. I mean, that's what I usually do. I fuck around for like 15 to 30 minutes. Last time I think I think I literally didn't start the video until an hour or so. Niko and Tulsi don't mess around with the fantastic details. Yeah, I really hope Tulsi makes a statement after that, after she watches that, which I'm assuming she's going to watch. But because then that would mean that her statement would be absolutely phenomenal. And weather is nice here in Florida. That's nice. I wish I could relate. Today was pretty cold. I wasn't really outside, but I stepped outside and I didn't like it. What exercise? The fallback trust test. I don't think you could really do that, but you know, on here. Code Pink has a great statement on OAS and CIA. Really? Let's see. Let's share with everyone. Code Pink. Greetings from Oregon. Oh, hello, David. I don't see what they said about OAS. I mean, they're just talking. I mean, they did comment on the lithium aspect of it. It's super cold here in Oregon. Oh, hello from beautiful. Hello, Kameshwarya. Kameshwari. Sorry, I'm bad with names. I don't see anything about OAS, so you're gonna have to link me because I'm not gonna scroll through their entire feed. From India, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna cover this. This was like an older article from the Gray Zone, but I just felt like since it finally happened, you know, regime change, we gotta connect the dots. So to India. You nailed my name, really? Kameshwari. I'm proud of myself. That usually doesn't happen, even though I have like a difficult last name, so I hate when people mispronounce, but you know. I'm just waiting for more people to come on. You guys can ask me something. I don't know. I might not have the answer to it, but do you know how widespread the allegations of Morales stealing lithium profits are? I think I only saw a couple, and I'm pretty sure those are by those right-wing Twitter bots, the CIA bots, pro-regime change bots. The temp dropped like a lead balloon yesterday from 66 to 44 in like 30 minutes. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yesterday it was hot here. Today it was cold. It's just, I'm proud of you too. Proud of your brilliance. Thank you. I trust anyone who has the spine to speak out against imperialism, especially US. And yep, I do too. I love your team. You so calm and composed. Thank you, Nivas. I don't know if that's how you say your name. Yep, in Bolivia, I guess they made a deal with China a couple months ago. Some stuff I heard on. Oh, I didn't know that. Ron Paul had covered that, but yeah, it was in. Damn, I forget the name of the place. I think it started with a P. Hold on. Bolivia, 50 to 70% of lithium. It was just like in this one region of Bolivia. I don't want to. Oh yeah, Potosi. Yeah. It's just in this one region where it has 50 to 70% of the world's lithium reserves. It's kind of crazy. Sad thing is most people can't find, yeah, most Americans. Howdy from Texas. Hello, Tenton. Wow, he really did his research. Yeah, he did. He really did do his research. Yes, thank you. I wish I had just read the comments instead of looking that up. Does Afghanistan have any lithium left? I mean, I know they have a lot of opium. That's mostly, yep. We only overthrow countries lacking in corruption. It's true. Do you think Mexico will face any problem because of the asylum to Evo? I mean, for some reason, Elmo had like a good relationship kind of with Trump. Sometimes it goes back and forth, but mainly it was positive. But I don't know. I don't even think Trump has commented about this entire Bolivia situation, from what I gathered. Oh yeah, but the progressives want more lithium for the Green New Deal. I know. It's crazy. And I think, what was I? And also the Green New Deal, like with regard to Africa and all the minerals that they'll need for like solar panels and stuff, that also adds to that. And I mean, it's all connected, but like there just has to be a balance between all of that. You can't just have like this green imperialism, you know. But what do you think of the USA trading and aiding only secular nations? I mean, that's not very realistic. But I mean, it kind of still makes us the world's police, where we only trade with people if they're secular. I don't think that's. I don't know. hello, Lisa. Afghanistan has rare earths too. How much of Afghanistan, though, has? Trump has praised the overthrow. Oh, really? Maybe I should. I think I unfollowed Trump for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I don't see him. I don't see his comments. A lot of Ukraine stuff. Yeah, I don't see anything. The damn Green New Deal is broke as a joke. AOC lost me with that water. Yeah. Yesterday's discussion was really nice. Are you talking about with DAC or lithium dollar? Hey, Brett, what's up? All right, I'm curious about Afghanistan though. Minerals, like what percent of the mineral reserves they have? Has over 1,400 mineral fields. Wow. I'm like trying to see the relative percentage though. First Afghan oil. I don't see. Maybe someone here knows. Trump praised Chinese miners in Afghanistan. It's kind of weird how Trump hates left-wing Latin American governments, but then I know. It's really weird. I think the US is still in Afghanistan because of minerals. I mean, I thought they had admitted that the reason why was because of opium. But maybe with that statement I didn't read all of it, and they also talked about that. Wait. No, I still can't find this. Why can't they just give me like, why is I just lost that. And if someone could help me research, that would be good, because this is a lot of stuff looking through. I just want to know like what percentage of the reserves there. That's all I want to know. Well, it says that their untapped mineral deposits are worth nearly $1 trillion. Oh, New York Times. I'm not going to be able to read this because I hit my limit. But someone had commented about how, there's some, I think it was to balance out, what was it? It was like for a mood stabilizer. They also use lithium. So that could be another reason, like with big pharma. Yeah, I can't read this article because I hit my limit for New York Times. Yay. Trump finds reason for US to remain in Afghanistan. Oh, well, I thought it was just because of the opium, but I guess. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm wrong. So it said, so they had admitted that the war is worth waging, Afghanistan's vast resources, and it's saying, it had here a specific number where it was like 90% of their. Yeah, Afghanistan produces more than 90% of the world's supply of opium. See, there we go. So that was the 90%. But I guess at the same time, they did also have that too. Kim Iverson introducing Tulsi. That was awesome. She did a great job. I wish Niko had been a little tighter with this coverage. I listened almost twice. Really? I thought he did a good job of explaining it. But Kim for Congress, yeah, that would be cool. Opium is not useful beyond a cash crop for farmers. Fred, you research holes. How exciting was Tulsi's town hall? Yeah, nice. Yeah, it was a really nice crowd. Kim Iverson is a very talented speaker when she's full of. Yeah, absolutely. She knows what she's talking about. So. And I saw their picture together too, which was nice. Sophia, I appreciate all the work you do and the truth you share. It's rare to be on. So thank you. List of countries by proven oil reserves. Are you telling me to find that or what? I mean, Venezuela has the most. And then I forget what the list, I remember looking at a list. of all of them, but I just remember Venezuela was number 1. Oil reserves. Oh, look, there's a map where it has it, but I can't read it because it's too small. Oh, look, there's a graph. There we go. Yeah, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, Canada, Iran, Iraq, Russia, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, United States, Libya. That was in 2018 too. Countries. I still don't know if Rubio was on the recording or not. He was. Well, he wasn't on the recording, but they spoke of him in the recording. U.S. imperialism strikes again. We are exporting more fossil fuels than any country. Why are we? I don't know. It's only, hey, Natalie, it's only like 7% of our oil that I think we get from Saudi Arabia. And I think actually it might be a little bit less because I think Venezuela at least played a decent factor. Love your Twitter page. It's always lit. Thank you, Avila. Great game. Basically describes competition. I hope Kim talks to Tulsi about. I hope so too. Someone said that they asked Kim something yesterday and she said that she's not for BDS still. But United States Empire Strikes Back. Yep. Weapons sales for genocide. Yep. It cannot be emphasized how much Justin Trudeau sucks. Yeah. The fracked oil we export is different than the oil we import. Okay. I don't know what should I get started now or should I wait? Let me know because I usually do whatever you guys tell me to do. Because I have everything pulled up from what I gathered. Let's see. Hit the like. Hello, Jamie. Tulsi must beef up her advocacy for Palestinian. I agree, for sure. I don't know if you guys watched her, it wasn't really, I mean, it was kind of an interview with Jimmy, but I felt like her answer was subpar. But Convo Couch asked Tulsi, I saw, it was like, she just said, like, I haven't, I'm still doing my research on it, so she didn't really speak. I know, it does need to be debunked. Because people don't realize, people just think that Bernie's positions are the best positions. So if Tulsi doesn't have all of Bernie's positions, then automatically she's a centrist or she's, to the right of Bernie. But then they just totally ignored her views on drug decriminalization and all the legislation that she's passed too. Can you do a cartwheel? Not going to answer that. You should do a live stream about gray zones. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think Michael Brooks, is Michael Brooks a DSA member or something? I mean, it doesn't mean that every member of DSA is like that, but it just, institutionally, DSA and Jacobin have some issues. That's to say the least. Their article on Syria was miserable. And they have, they also, this is what I'm going to be talking about a little bit today, like with regard to how they speak about Maduro and even Morales. It's just really, it's bizarre. And then they praise Lula. I think to me, it just seems like Jacobin works backwards from their conclusion that Bernie's positions are the best for most things. So then they just decide, okay, we're going to praise Lula because Bernie stood up for Lula. I don't know. Maybe that's just my, that's just an assertion, but that's just my analysis. Disappointing answer for Tulsi. Yeah, if you're talking about the Bolivia thing, yeah. Wish Kim returned to Twitter. Yes. Yeah, Shauna. Normal Finkelstein is also against BDS, and he's not. Yeah, I know. But I mean, at this point, I don't know, and Jimmy asked her, what are the other viable solutions if you don't believe in BDS? And she didn't really give anything besides, I think they should have negotiations, which is kind of like no shit, but whatever. Anyone who calls Tulsi a centrist is just admitting how politically ignorant they are. They spend too much time listening to Sam Cedar, TYT media. Yeah. Brooks is a neoliberal tool. He's very smugnerant. Yeah. They don't oppose Lula because Lula's mandate was not anti-capitalist. Yeah, I know, but then it's weird because in the article that I'm going to be referencing today, that Jacobin was, I forget who it was that wrote it, but they were criticizing Morales for not being anti-capitalist enough and for being too friendly to like the IMF and to capitalist institutions. So I don't really get that, because then they would use that same, Morales was definitely more anti-capitalist than Lula ever was. So I don't know why they have that double standard. Like I said, I just feel like they're working backwards in their conclusion, but left right is so one dimensions. Brooks is one of the most effective neolibs out there. Well, he's not a neoliberal. He says he's a socialist, but he's just one of those vote blue no matter who's socialist. So he knows how to make himself appear anti-establishment while supporting the establishment clowns. Yep. They don't oppose. I already read that. Lula got freed because the neo-fascists don't see him as a threat anymore. Sunkara is the editor of Jacobin. Oh yeah, I saw that he went on Brooks's show. He repeated all the same talking points that one article in his, at Jacobin, the Tulsi Gabbard is not your friend. He just went through all the talking points that were mentioned there. It was so stupid. I mean, it's just like, and his bias for Bernie is so strong that it's just like, I don't even know why people take these people's, why they take that outlet seriously. Isn't progressives the real center? I mean, yeah, technically, because it's just catching, just getting us to a position where we're caught up. Jacobin controlled op, yeah, pretty much. With their Syria article, that's definitely what they were trying to do. And they're super anti-Assad, anti-China, anti-Maduro, anti-Morales. It just adds up, I avoid Brooks, Cedar, and their toxic fans, crummy mainstream-like content, and their vicious apologists. Yeah, they're very bizarre. I avoid them as well, and their fans are definitely pretty toxic. They just repeat their, the same talking points that they make. They don't really have critical thinking skills. It's just like they just repeat whatever they hear on their show, and they just admit, they just think that's true, and then you present them with evidence, and then they just twist themselves into a pretzel. It's a mess. But DSA and Jacobin are a step towards becoming an actual leftist as long as you keep walking. Yeah, but good to see you on Slow Day News. Steve. They definitely work backwards in their conclusions. Yeah. Brooks is definitely a neoliberal. Oh, hey, Niko. He's not a neoliberal economically, though, because he's actually a socialist. But if you are Brazil, then you must be Portuguese. I just found out. Oh, yeah, I know I'm like Portuguese because I'm white. Niko just knows how to use progressive. Well, yeah, he's a sheep herder. That's what I would say. He's a socialist sheep herder. That's what I like to call him. And yeah. Did you see the protest after evidence resign? After Morales, I guess. Brooks can't discuss foreign policy to save his life. Well, he just pretends like he's some intellectual on foreign policy, but yeah, it's just, but under the, with his comments on Kashmir, and then of course with Syria, that was just really embarrassing. And then he said that Tulsi's performance at the debates was bad, and that her Syria comments weren't that exceptional or anything, because he just loves the Kurds so much. So Niko's spitting facts. All right, I'm sorry, Niko. I think you disagree with me there. He's a socialist pushing for, yeah, I mean, that's true. He's pushing for Bernie, and then he shames that, actual socialist, which is Green Party. Brooks is a socialist, like, I'm anti-cannabis. Been told CIA pay well for Mockingbird Media, tax-free too. Yep. Pacman is the worst. He is. Brooks is competent enough in foreign policy to pretend, yeah. And when he was talking to Abby Martin too, you could definitely tell that he pretends like he's like this intellectual, but really there's not really that much, there's not much there. Anna is a close second. Oh, who's the worst? Yeah, I don't know. There are too many bad people for me to. You think the neo-progressives will support Tulsi when she wins the primary? I don't know. I mean, I think they would pick her over Trump because they're all vote blue no matter who, cultists, but I don't know. If you claim to be socialist while pushing it, yeah. I mean, and they literally shame people. They call you, they say that you're on the dumb left if you voted for Green Party. And then they talked about what a joke the Green Party is. And it's just like, how real, if you were a real socialist, you would be pushing for the Green Party, but instead he just pushes for people like Bernie or whatever. Socialism is a spectrum, and you can be both a socialist and wrong about stuff. I mean, it's just a label technically. Brooks defends U.S. interventionism, says it's nuanced, and they have to be really smart. Yeah, he had an interview with Kyle, or it was more a discussion, but he's that whole like leftist internationalist kind of type of socialist, and then Kyle is actually an anti-interventionist, even though on Syria he was kind of bad in terms of with the Kurds, but you could tell that he favors intervention when it benefits his side. So good point, Niko. Aloha, my brother. Too true, Niko. That's what did you say? So those who don't look better. Well, this guy's a platform and he's a well-spoken white guy and he loves Bernie, so of course he knows what he talks about. Yeah. I mean, his entire channel is just like standing for Bernie. So it's kind of, they'll focus on attacking Trump after the primary. They won't necessarily support Tulsi. Yeah. You don't have to figure out Israel's problems. I'm changing from Green to Democrat to vote for Tulsi. Nice. Kyle loves that side of the fake left circle. Prove me wrong. Yeah. I don't know. He's been really cozying up to people like Brooks because I think he's kind of been a little upset at how much traction Tulsi is gaining. Yeah, his pro Bernie bias has been terrible lately. It has. He's been so silent on Tulsi. It's kind of funny. I don't really watch his stuff anymore. But I used to be a really big fan of him, but he's just been really disappointing. Everybody is anti-war until it's time to be anti-war. Leftist internationalists don't support the Clintons or any of their proxies. I know. But yeah, that's true. If Tulsi was Republican, I would switch parties. I know, I would too. Slow news day. He likes to keep one foot in the TYT circle for benefits, and he's scared of Tulsi. He definitely is. And you saw that, I don't know if you guys saw that poll from yesterday, I think it was, where Tulsi was at 6%. And I think Bernie was at 14, but then she was at 5th place. He was at 4th place. So she was literally right behind Bernie. And this was a New Hampshire poll. So once you start getting more polls like that, they're going to start, either they're going to remain more, even more silent on Tulsi, or they're going to actually start going after her. And I mean, even Kyle did this when he did his segment about Tulsi and Clinton. He just kind of spent, I don't know, 3 minutes going through all the shit that he hates about Tulsi, or what, and he was very silent on her actual comments to Clinton. He said that he forgot to mention that. I don't know. It just came off as fake to me. I bet Trump would vote for Tulsi. That's how much. I don't think Trump would vote for Tulsi. Kyle has been sticking to TYT talking points. Yeah, he has, unfortunately. I find Kyle to be a little too smug and condescending. I don't agree with that. I still like Kyle, but I hope Cenk endorses Warren. I think he's going to be endorsing. What time is he endorsing? Whoever, the two progressives in the race. Extinction Rebellion was manufacturing consent for regime change, and I'm going to cover that. That's what I'm going to cover. Should I start covering this already, or should I continue talking? Because you guys are just commenting stuff, but you guys never responded whether or not I should cover. I'll call it now. If Tulsi wins the nomination, Chunk Yogurt will go for Trump as well as Anna. I don't know. I think Kyle is too kind, actually. To who? Thank you, Niko and Sophia. Before to Wow, that's crazy. Please cover Extinction Rebellion. Well, I'm not going to cover like Extinction Rebellion necessarily, but I am going to cover that general anti-Bolivia sentiment. Cover it, please. Okay. Cover story. Okay. 6 p.m. What's 6 p.m.? Oh, I don't know if Niko is telling me I should start covering at 6 p.m. or not. Is that what you're saying, Niko? You can't just say 6 p.m. Kyle is too kind compared to Jimmy Dore. I don't know what you guys mean by he's too kind. What does that mean? Like, in terms of kind to what? I don't know what Niko meant by 6 p.m. What did you mean? I'm gonna text him. Hold on. What did you? The endorsement. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You can't just give me no context. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cover this now. Now that Niko decided that the 6 p.m. was related to that. Okay. Well, yeah, Anna's gonna endorse. You guys can tell me because I'll finish covering this, but you guys, I still like Kyle. He sticks to his principles. Yeah. When Kyle did his reaction to the View, he said, "I feel bad for Tulsi at this point, as if to play down her candidacy. I had the opposite reaction. She kicked ass." Yeah, that's really sad. I did not watch that, but people just love Jimmy Dore getting angry at the Dems. I love it too. I know. Okay, so let's cover this, or rather, I will cover this. So, you guys know of the Amazon rainforest wildfires, right? That happened in Brazil, Bolivia, Paraguay, and Peru in 2019. It started in January, and then most of the news, the news cycles, they were focused on it from mid August to kind of the end of August, and it was mostly fires are normal there because they do the slash and burn method to clear the forest so that they can then use that they can use deforestation, but then start planting crops and whatnot, even though it's really infertile soil, regardless. So there was, this entire news cycle about the fires in Brazil. But then what happened was there were regime change operatives launch a campaign to blame Bolivia's Evo Morales for the Amazon fires, even though it was really it was really the fault of the farmers who had set the fires in order to make way for their business interests rather than actually caring about the environment. So this was by Wyatt Reed, and this was from The Gray Zone. But I just felt like since he resigned, we should probably consider the fact that there were people, that not just on the right saying, oh, this is a socialist government, this is bad, but there were also people who are on the left who are pushing this whole narrative, including Linda Sarsour, by the way. And there were also people from Extinction Rebellion. So this is what I wanted to pull up, which was a thread that I had sent to me today. Okay, so it was Claire Wordley, and she is one of the leading voices of the Extinction Rebellion, and they called it a cult here. So what she was doing is she was sharing this whole SOS Bolivia. Bolivia is burning, and the whole concept of it was that Morales was responsible for this, and he wasn't doing anything about it. And then she had said, and please don't forget the role of Evo Morales in Bolivia, whose recent decree allows forest burning to clear land and who wants to triple agricultural expansion to sell beef to Russia and China, and who has not asked for help to put out the fires there. So there were a lot of people who were spreading this, this propaganda around Morales. And obviously that is insinuating that he is to blame for that, even though it was not his fault. And it's also whitewashing the crimes of, Bolsonaro for the, responsibility that he holds for allowing those kinds of farmers to be inspired to put business ahead of the well-being of the planet. So I wanted to cover this. So there was an anti-Morales operative, and her name is Janice Vacadasa, and she was identified as an environmental activist in a BBC report that was responsible for pointing the finger to Morales for the fires. And it was saying here how she has a lot of ties to Western regime change operations, and a lot of those leaders, not only, with the anti-China protests in Hong Kong, but also Eastern Europe, and of course Venezuela too. So her whole shtick is that she's against authoritarian regimes, and she even posted this picture on Facebook of Morales in kind of like a Hitler style, with a Hitler style mustache that reads no, and with a sailor cap. And then she's called him a dictator. She thinks that he's authoritarian and whatnot. And of course, you have people on the left who were pushing, this whole SOS Bolivia. And what she did, and some of her allies, is then they exploited that propaganda. And then, so first of all, the reality of this was that Bolivia's government had put out more than 85% of those fires that had been extinguished in around 8 days of its operations. And also NASA had pointed out that most of those fires were in Brazil, and even in the areas that were most affected in Bolivia, which is Chiquitania, it's not even in the Amazon. So of course that wasn't an interest of those who were spreading, and that hashtag, they were allowing the hashtag to trend. But anyways, so that hashtag was popularized by a lot of Latin America's elite as a way of drawing attention to the supposed dictatorships they endure under democratically elected socialist governance. And of course, that ignores the actual tragedy, which is Bolsonaro and his far-right government in Brazil. And also, it talks about here how there were these posters. And of course, Daza says that she's a human rights activist, and it has this poster which says, government admits it won't be able to stop the fires, yet refuses to call for international help with no valid explanation. And like I said, you had Linda Sarsour that was spreading all of this, and she was asking people to donate to an organization, and someone recently called her out for that, but of course, I don't think she's gonna respond to that. But yeah, there were these hashtags, SOS Bolivia, and the other aspect of it is Daza herself, who again was the major propagator of this hashtag. What she did is, along with leftists that are in, they refer to Extinction Rebellion as a corporate greenwashing group here, but she partnered with them. And this, the writer here criticizes Extinction Rebellion for, instead of challenging the actual, capitalistic system, it's just, little band-aids. And of course, Extinction Rebellion promoted the hashtag as well. Bolivia is burning, we join them in solidarity. And she even had a speech for TED, the TED Talks in February, and she was outlining a strategic nonviolent struggle to approach overthrowing Morales. And her event was sponsored by Spain's embassy in Bolivia. So again, Morales always has been a critic of colonialism and imperialism, but of course, people like Daza is hardly a socialist herself and far from an impartial observer. She's a very big anti-Morales figure. And she also attended Kent State University, and her thesis focused on authoritarian regimes in South America. And she also studied at the Harvard Kennedy School, which has been a haven for expat regime change cadres since the progressive wave swept over Latin America. Among the school's alumni and faculty is a who's who of the coup administration the US has recently sought to install in place of Venezuela's elected government, including Ricardo Hausmann, Leopoldo Lopez, Juan Ignacio Hernandez, and Carlos Vecchio. And also, it's important to note that Joanna Hausmann is not a big fan of Morales either. She's also made some videos criticizing him for his corruption. But going further to Daza's connections, she's also been linked to the hard right leader of Venezuela's regime change push, again, Leopoldo Lopez, through his first cousin, Thor Halverson, who supports her work through his Human Rights Foundation. And of course, he entered the human rights industry with help from right-wing billionaires like Peter Thiel, conservative foundations, and international NGOs like Amnesty International. And her work there, she again has been an anti-authoritarian activist, and they've been issuing freedom fellowships in places that NATO seeks to destabilize, including Venezuela, Nicaragua, Russia, and Hong Kong. And she even had commented on the foundation's page, thanks to Freedom Fellowship, she co-founded a movement in Bolivia named Rios de Pie. It already is becoming one of the leading nonviolent resistance movements to Evo Morales' authoritarian regime. And then, of course, at the Oslo Freedom Forum, they also had training sessions by the Human Rights Foundation. And it also included the Uyghur World Congress too, as well, at that forum. But then also, Daza was one of its Freedom Fellows in 2019. And the article continues to just explain her ties. But the main purpose of this was that you had people who were pushing all of this sentiment regarding the fires. And of course, her entire message is, oh, we should overthrow Morales because he's a dictator, he's an authoritarian, and she pretends to care about indigenous people and other marginalized groups. But the reality is that those same groups actually support him by wide margins. And they have, again, he's the first indigenous president of Bolivia. So that was just the main point of me going through that. But then also, I wanted to talk about Jacobin and their impacts with this. So they had two articles. They had one article in 2014, another one in 2015. Their whole criticism is he wasn't anti-capitalist enough and he was too friendly to corporate interests. But then, of course, they ignore Lula, which to me doesn't make any sense. But the first thing that they had mentioned in this article was, with hindsight, even by neoclassical standards, it seems Morales has been a better night watchman over private property and financial affairs than the right could have hoped for. And then they also said that he was keeping Milton Friedman resting peacefully in his grave, which is just ridiculous. But then, of course, they also criticized him for his relations with the IMF, and they were saying how the Bolivian government echoes the World Bank's accolades. And of course, he's been closer to the World Bank than his predecessors. And they continue to just point out Bolivia's regime of austerity, and they just continue with their entire article by spreading this kind of propaganda. So the main purpose of this was just to say that there are many outlets who are responsible for spreading this kind of propaganda around Morales, and they are complicit in what happened with Morales because they're manufacturing consent for regime change by downplaying the many efforts of the Morales government. And obviously they were very successful in cutting extreme poverty and providing a very strong social safety net for the people of Bolivia. And the whole point is just that you need to be careful with a lot of these leftists. And even with, Jacobin has its issues with being anti-China. And then of course their stance with the Kurds also too is horrendous, and they end up being pro-regime change. So a lot of these organizations have this, leftist cloak, but then really once you take it off, they're just kind of manufacturing consent for regime change operations like these, or for interventions. So that was basically what I wanted to say. What indigenous peoples in both Brazil and now in Bolivia because of the coup are now being murdered. Yeah, Max is proof not all kids of DC. It's synthetic left. Yeah, it is. It is the synthetic left. And Jacobin certainly is very is incredibly responsible for that. And I even think that in that article from the Gray Zone, they had also mentioned how they were anti-Morales, and also they were very critical of Nicaragua as well. Talk about Evo's Green New Deal. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Let me find this, because it was pretty powerful. I mean, I'm not going to read all of it because it was very extensive, but his Green New Deal should have been the basis for our Green New Deal. But of course, our Green New Deal was very nationalistic, and it wasn't, it didn't tackle the root causes of climate change, which include imperialism and, of course, capitalism. But it was, this was the People's Agreement of Cochabamba, and it was in April 22nd. But this was from several years ago. From what I gathered, I think this was like 2007. That he had, is Henry Kissinger behind this coup too? I don't know. But yeah, so the first part of it is just him criticizing the capitalist system itself. Obviously, the first part of it, he's criticizing the Copenhagen Accord. But then he actually goes into criticizing the capitalist system. And he said, under capitalism, Mother Earth is converted into a source of raw materials and human beings, into consumers, and a means of production, into people that are seen as valuable for what they own and not for what they are. And capitalism requires a powerful military industry for its processes of accumulation and imposition of control over territories and natural resources, suppressing the resistance of the peoples. It is an imperialist system of the colonization of the planet. And of course, I don't even think the word imperialism is even mentioned in AOC's Green New Deal, but you have to really tackle the military if you're going to actually successfully lead to any change. And he also had kind of a couple of statements on what people must do and the principles that they must recognize for Mother Earth. And then after that, he also had a universal declaration of the rights of Mother Earth too, which I thought was cool. And then what else? I wanted to pull up one other quote that he had. Yeah, and then in developed countries, he also was a pretty big critic of developed countries and their impact compared to the impact of third world countries, which I believe was our impact as a first world nation and other developed nations is 9 times as much as that of the third world, and then it's 20 times as much of people in sub-Saharan Africa. So I'm trying to find this. So he had different parts of his Green New Deal, I guess. Okay, so the first one was basically obviously lowering emissions, but it wasn't this kind of short-sighted approach to lowering emissions, but it was actually tackling the decolonization of the atmosphere through the reduction and absorption of their emissions. But then he also was tying that, of course, into the military. But he also said that we should assume responsibility for the hundreds of millions of people that will be forced to migrate due to climate change caused by those developed countries, and eliminate their restrictive immigration policies, offering migrants a decent life with full human rights guarantees in their countries. Also, assume adaptation debt related to the impacts of climate change on developing countries by providing the means to prevent, minimize, and deal with damages arising from their excessive emissions, because again, it is our fault. Compared to these other countries, it is our fault for that. Those were pretty much the main parts of it. I wanted to find another. Yeah, he was very critical of the Copenhagen Accord. Climate change is now producing a profound impacts on agriculture too. He also talked about that. And he was criticizing agribusiness through its social, economic, and cultural model of global capitalist production and its logic of producing food for the market and not to fulfill the right to proper nutrition is one of the principal causes of climate change. And then he also mentioned that that they reject any kind of free trade agreement and association agreements in all forms because they tend to neglect the environmental impact of those agreements because they're more focused on profits rather than the environment and obviously worker rights as well. But and then of course recognizing indigenous peoples and working with them. And yeah, those were the main aspects of it. But again, the main criticism that he has here is that developed countries are responsible for a lot of this through the military and through their imperialist practices to increase their profits. And that is something that the Green New Deal doesn't focus on because it's, like I said, it's very nationalistic. It's very domestically oriented. But Anya Parampil just tweeted that the OAS barred her from entering their meeting on Bolivia. Wow, that's really bad. I actually, when I was looking up the OAS, there was something that I found. I mean, their charter was founded on being anti-communist. Yeah, it was founded in 1948, first of all. And yeah, they pledged, all the members pledged to fight communism in the Western Hemisphere. So that's why you shouldn't have trusted any reports from that organization, because they do have their bias, and obviously they're biased towards Western interests. She's been a regular lately. Oh, who is this gal? I'm Sophia. I'm a co-host of the show. What is OAS? Did I say OAS? I probably said that wrong. But it's Organization of American States. It's just an organization that was founded, like I said, in 1948. And it's for the purposes of regional solidarity and cooperation among its member states. And there are plenty. The OAS was a creation of the OSS forerunner to the CIA. Maduro also didn't allow for enough of the right kind of corruption. Jacobin also did. They did. That's why they hated Castro. He wouldn't let them steal his country's resources. Yep. Debt relief in exchange for handing over your land for nature preservation, presided over by high finance and the UN. Yeah, and then, so there were significant milestones in the history of OAS, and then it also included the Inter-American Development Bank, and they had a first application of the Inter-American Treaty of Reciprocal Assistance against the regime of Rafael Trujillo in the Dominican Republic. And then in 1962, they suspended Cuba. And then they had an American Convention on Human Rights in 1969. And what was the other part? Oh yeah, they actually revoked that suspension of Cuba. But then they suspend Honduras due to the coup, which ousted President Zelaya. Then they lifted the suspension with the return from exile in 2011. And then Venezuela announced that it would begin the process to leave in 2017. So that's all I know. I'm a co-host on here. I've been on here a couple times, but hi. So yeah, this organization is a little troublesome, to say the least. It's definitely not a good thing that they're fighting communism, because a lot of the times whatever we labeled as communism was just them naturalizing a couple of resources that we hoped to exploit. And she needs to look at the camera more. I'm sorry, my camera is like above. But so that's the story for today. That's what I had to say. Head of OAS press office gave the order to block Anya from the meeting. Wow, that's really sad. Identity politics undermines human solidarity, leading to a fracturing of the left, resulting in environmentalist manufacturing consent for regime change of socialist governments. Nope. Come to think of it, what is this? My name's Sophia. I do think your name should be at the bottom of the screen. It helps. I don't know what you mean by, oh, I see. I'll try to do that. I don't know how you do that. Thanks for moderating. You're welcome. So when a Latin American country or Caribbean elects a candidate that represents, yep, that's precisely, thanks for the story. You are welcome. Stay away from TYT chat. Oh, is it almost 6? Cenk is definitely going to endorse Warren. You could tell from his debate with Kyle. It was totally him just shilling for Warren. Identity politics divide us. True. Aloha unites us. That is true. Thank you. You're welcome. I forwarded Anya's tweet to you. How do you forward a tweet to me? Did you? The problem is that I could help you set an OBS profile to improve. What is OBS? Open Broadcaster Software. I don't know how you use that. Thank you. I'll just look at Anya's tweet because I don't get notifications from people I don't follow because I just had too many notifications. It's a streaming software. Well, the thing is that Niko pays for Zoom, so that's what we use. Okay, so Anya tweeted, today I tried to attend the OAS meeting on Bolivia. Security would not let me in even though I presented multiple IDs. Other reporters entered without checking. Friendly guard ultimately told me the head of OAS press office made the call not to let me in. Wow. And then she said, OAS Office of Foreign Missions was hosting a reception outside of the meeting on Bolivia. As I waited at the door, I observed many attendees checking in. When asked which mission they represented, most common reply was State Department. A staff member working for the Office of the Venezuelan coup official harassed me at the door, calling me fake news. Honestly, if an organization which views Tare and his criminal game as legit diplomats views me as an illegitimate journalist, it is an honor. That's funny. Claiming Evo Morales was overthrown because he was not left enough. I didn't ever written. I don't think no one claimed that. Sheesh, who cares about the details as much as it counts? If you take money from hedge funds and private equity, you have no business talking about identity politics. Oh, you can use it with Zoom. Okay, that's cool. I'll have to check it out. Democrats and Republicans are two sides of the same coin, constantly flipping heads if they want. Yep, that's so true. Sophia, did you watch Obi and Niko debate? Yes, I did. I did. Oh, wow. So apparently it was trending in Virginia, home of the CIA, that there was no coup in Bolivia. It was like a hashtag Bolivia no hay. Wasn't that what you read from the Jacobin article, that he was cozy? Yeah, but that's not the reason why he was overthrown. I'm just saying that they helped to manufacture consent that he wasn't a real socialist. And then therefore he was inferior, and that, that they're responsible for the propaganda around him. That's what I was suggesting. SEP versus DSA. That's what I meant. Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying that it was ridiculous to claim that they were responsible. Like, it's not saying that they're directly responsible. It's just that they did help manufacture consent for it. They paved the way, right? Yeah. And I mean, it looks like, many on the left have rejected that, but it's really important for them to not, continue to repeat lies like that, whether it's about Maduro or, Morales. Interview Caleb Maupin for a comprehensive socialist historical perspective. I don't know who that is, but I will follow him on Twitter. Caleb Maupin. Pro-regime change leftists say the same thing about, oh yeah, true, I forgot that they'd also talk about that with Ortega. He's not a real leftist, therefore he has to be removed, yeah. Wasn't it the previous Ecuadorian president, the one that granted Assange asylum, that passed an amendment granting nature rights in the Constitution? I was unaware of that. Warren had a meltdown over a softball from Amy Goodman. Imagine what Trump will do to her. Oh, I don't want to think about that. I'm going to have to turn off the TV when she talks. Love your shirt. Thank you. Peace out, Lisa. How can you blame Jacobin, virulently anti-imperialist, for something fascists did? That would be... I didn't blame them. I just said that they have some, they have some role in creating all this TYT live reaction? Oh my God, I'm gonna have to watch them live. Why would you do this to me? Okay, I'll do it. What do I look up? TYT YouTube. Trump would kill Warren in the debate. Yeah, it would be probably the saddest thing I've ever watched. Endorsements. Okay, let's see what they say. Oh, they're talking about random shit right now. I didn't think you'd actually would. He's talking about how he's sophisticated. I don't give a shit. I'm worried Bernie wouldn't fare well. Yeah. Okay, he's starting with Trump. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to hear him talk about Trump. I'm worried Bernie wouldn't fare up as well in the Trump debate as leftists hype up. Yeah, I actually talked a lot about this with Dak, but some of the things that we talked about were that, first of all, he bought into Russiagate, right? I think that's dangerous because they could easily, Trump could easily flip that as any potential Trump supporter or person, any, former Trump voter, Bernie could easily, Trump could easily go after Bernie and say, well, he thinks that your votes weren't legitimate. He thinks that it was actually the Russians that did that because he finds your selection process, your right to vote for whoever you want. He's undermining that by suggesting it was actually the Russians who did that. And also, he would definitely go after Bernie for having endorsed and campaigned for Hillary Clinton. And he could even go after him for having endorsed every single Democratic nominee since 1992, even though he's an independent in the Senate. And as a member of Congress in general, he has been an independent, but that's really only a name. He voted with Hillary 94% of the time, and he votes with Democrats 98% of the time. So I don't know. Sadder would be Trump versus Tulsi. Oh. I thought you meant that it would. CIA's Congress of Cultural Freedom invented the synthetic left to undermine socialism. I definitely will look more into that. Rafael Correa passed. Oh, wow. That doesn't make him good. I'm assuming that it wasn't anything that radical because he's a puppet government, Gosh, do we have to listen and justify TYT? Can you guys tell me when? I don't want to listen to him talk about Trump because their TDS is just, it'll rot my brain more than it already is. So Tulsi would rock against Trump. She would. Breakfast Club exposed Warren's thumbscrew. She is done. They did, but the video still did fairly well. Is that a DL account for you on Twitter? Oh, what happened to your Twitter, Natalie? If Tulsi went up against Trump, she would beat him in a debate, hands down. Yeah, absolutely. Evo Morales, mentor and founder of MAS Philemon, he was a concern if it was direction. He was a totalitarian. Okay. It's all about identity politics. Yep, Bernie did naughty things. The delusion to think that Tulsi would actually do well, and more delusional to think that she would actually get in the general. Okay, I always see you on here, so I feel like you should get off and do something better with your life besides hate on Tulsi. Great point, Sophia. Though I'm a Bernie fan, he totally did sheepdog for Hillary. Yeah, you know, and a lot of his supporters felt let down by that. And actually, not to mention that a lot of his supporters, well, I think it was like 10% of them went to Trump. So, and that could be even an underestimate. So, you know, I mean, it says a lot about how just unwilling they were to vote for Hillary. So yes, my Twitter got suspended, so I opened another one. What's your new Twitter now? Because I didn't see it. Do you think that TYT actually helps Trump? Absolutely. CIA and Cosa Nostra are different sides of the same coin. Oh, I just missed a bunch of things. Anna looks like a Russian asset. They're still talking about fucking Trump. I know you're working for the CIA. They wouldn't have you in the mafia. They can't silence me forever. No, they cannot. Correa was the one that allowed Assange inside the London embassy. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that the one that's in there now was the one that passed that environmental amendment. But now that makes sense. That makes sense. That's why I was confused. Junk yogurt is shock endorsement of Chick-fil-A. Tosi's such a great candidate. I'm glad you guys support her. Bernie has lost his anti-establishment aura. Yeah. Wait, what did Tulsi have to say about Lula again? I don't know why you think that this like scores points just to point out one thing that Bernie said. I don't like, you got to look at it holistically. His stance on Syria, his previous votes regarding Syria, Libya, Iraq. I mean, it's just Kosovo. TYT is a deep state asset. It's, yeah, Keek Ogre, I'm sorry. I hear some people TYT is psyops, and sometimes I consider it. Yeah. Tulsi wants full pardon for Assange. Best hands down. Yeah. Read the Black Agenda. Oh, okay. Bernie Sheepdog Syndrome. I will. Did you actually get your Gravel? Yes, I did. Cuba, Haiti. Yeah. If Trump brings up Tulsi's support for House impeachment inquiries, he can say that he violated the Constitution by bypassing Congress to, yeah. My mom's a deep state asset. TYT are doing the same news as TYT covering up for impeachment, covering the impeachment. Really? I mean, I'm assuming that they're just downplaying Biden's corruption. No surprise there. And attacking the GOP, of course. SoCal is a devout Brooks fan. See, the funny thing about SoCal, I'm calling you out because I heard your name on the Jimmy Dore interview yesterday. I heard him say something about SoCal and how you like Tulsi. So I'm going to call you out for that because I don't know if you're the same person, but I'm just going to say that. Any Yemen updates? I haven't seen any Yemen updates. Hasn't been in the news. Cuba, Haiti, yeah. TYT are doing the same. Oh yeah, I already read that. Love Gravel. I know, I do too. TYT has 20 million reasons to push the establishment narrative. TYT covers Trump 95% of the time and determined. Oh my God, are you kidding me that they think that Trump will go? Oh, debunking GOP impeachment talking points. Thank God I have this on mute. Thank the fucking Lord. Brooks has no fans, only paid assets. No, he does have fans. I see them all the time. All right, I'm gonna. Oh, this is so insufferable. I unmuted it. Everyone is commenting Armenian genocide. Jesus. And then someone said, did Cenk endorse Warren yet? All right, I can't stand listening to that. Love Gravel, but can't stand the grifters who run the Gravel account. They need to tweet on their own accounts. I agree. I don't think that I wish that Gravel was like just told them delete my Twitter account and just tweet from your own Twitter account or create your own group Twitter account that you guys can all tweet from, but don't use my name. No, that wasn't me. Was that Tulsi interview? I didn't catch it. I mean, I saw you. I mean, he said your name, but okay. Mike Gravel's so awesome. He's too far for imperialist nation. No, yeah, I know. Deep state isn't nefarious as it sounds. It's just the permanent federal bureaucracy. If the U.S. intelligence. Anna gave Tulsi as much thought as what she did. She shares the name of the news show she joined. Bernie screwed up on Maduro. He did, and no one talks about that. I want Tulsi to adopt a people's legislature. I agree. I think that Gravel should push her on that for sure. Partial ceasefire in Yemen, so slow news. I want Tulsi. Oh wait, I already read that. Who do you think is most for FDR's foreign policy? Bernie. Is that supposed to be a trick question? It's weird, but Bernie supporters are doing exactly what Hillary did to Bernie supporters. I agree. Me and Dak talked about this because it's really bad. I don't know what the point of them acting like that. I don't understand. I don't know if they think that it's effective, like a good strategy. I don't know. I really don't know. All right, let's see if TYT. Nope, they're still talking. Everyone comments Armenian genocide. This is so funny. Every fucking person on here. I think it's mostly conservatives though. I already followed you. Yeah, I know, but the issue is that I don't get notifications from people I don't follow, so I wouldn't have seen. So just let me know what your handle is. Let's be honest, Americans don't care about Latin America. They don't, unfortunately. Were you a Bernie supporter in 2016? I was, hold on, that was 3 years ago. I was like 15 or 14. So I was not into politics then. But I did find him to be like a good person, so I supported him for that. I did not like Hillary though, but I also did not like Trump, but I wasn't that politically aware to have any specific stance or support him for any specific reason. But I was upset that America did not choose him and chose Hillary instead. Wait, push Tulsi on what? People's legislature to support direct democracy. Peter Dow for Bernie should be a clear red flag to people. Yeah, he is definitely a grifter. FDR's foreign policy was trash. Yes, he did. He let corporations rape other countries for their natural resources. Yeah. And then, but he did have that whole, he had good relations. He had the good neighbor policy with Latin America, but I think that was just like a cover up for, would you cover propaganda Pac-Man? I would not. And people call him a Pac-Man. I like that. I like both of them though. Heavenly Jewel. Okay. Oh, I will follow you. Heavenly Jewel. I don't. Oh, Jewel Heavenly. Okay. Jewel Heavenly. Oh, there we go. You didn't have your name because you know that they would delete your Twitter again. It just seems like they think it's Bernie's turn. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, they do unfortunately think that. Well said, Niko. And allowed our monopolies to fund Nazism. Yep. Because we see through the deep-seated nationalism in Tulsi's rhetoric, not good. Okay, can you give me an example of her nationalism when she introduces a bill for us to remove troops out of Syria and remind members of Congress that Syrian oil is for the Syrian people and that us securing that oil is just hurting them and making it impossible for them to rebuild their own country, because that's typically not something that a nationalist would say. How can you say the deep state is not nefarious after what happened in Bolivia? I did not say that. Honestly, Americans should care more about Latin America than the Middle East. I mean, Latin America is our front yard, for crying out loud. Yeah, and not to mention that, a lot of the immigration crisis is you know, it's our destruction in Latin America is responsible for that. So it just doesn't really add up, like why we wouldn't care about foreign policy, because at the end of the day, you're going to have refugees coming from that country. And then obviously for the Middle East, the threat is our, you know, national security, the counterproductivity of our foreign policy. Is Niko in the chat? He should be in TYT harassing those two white women like he does on Twitter. Are they? I don't see both of them. Did they still? Okay, you can donate to the network. What are they saying now? Oh, fucking, they're talking about Ukraine. Nope, thanks. Pac-Man shows the embodiment. Okay. I'm not gonna read that out loud. I call David Pac-Man a marble neoliberal light. Marble. By the way, Sophia, I love your shirt. Thank you. I love it too. What U.S. has done and is doing in other countries, regime change bombings, will come home to roost. Yep. Don't ask. Tulsi trolls label anti-war policy as nationalism. Yeah. It's just because when she cares about troops, like when she actually cares about troops rather than every leader that just uses them and, you know, exploits them and just supports them in name only, but not in action, that's when they think that's automatically nationalism. You should change the title. None here cares unless they kill an American on foreign soil. I think most people are like on this that subscribe to Niko do care. Tulsi is my number one and Bernie is my number two choice, but I'm definitely not pleased with her coming out on a definitive statement on Bolivia. Well, she said that she is still looking at it and still researching about it, and I'm assuming that she's going to watch Niko's video on it until she makes a statement, which as always will probably be the best statement. Love the Tulsi as an isolationist, spear people like they have no idea. I mean, yeah, if they think that you know, being anti-sanctions is somehow isolationist or nationalist, I don't know what to tell you. The smear I've been seeing is she is the new Obama. I've seen that too. Pac-Man is the type of dude to order a mech cafe over Cuban coffee. You didn't become interested in politics until 3 years ago? No, only a year ago that I became interested in politics. The person had asked if I supported Bernie. I wasn't politically active then. I like that Tulsi wants to get informed before responding. Yeah, but I do think that she needs to hurry up with her research. Like it's been what, 2 days? Ravel was my number one pick. He was mine as well. I prefer Tulsi study the fact considering it's her platform. Gotta go. I don't hate Tulsi supporters. I just think you need to stop playing and choose a true leftist leader. See ya. Fuck you. David Hackman is as progressive as Chelsea Clinton on bath salts. Brett. Oh, what did you say? I don't know what Brett said. Oh, when are you debating Yellow Vest? I don't think I should because I feel bad. I feel like he's been hurt enough already. I wouldn't want to. No, I feel like it would just. I feel like people would just feel bad for him at that point. You know how many marble cigarettes and neoliberals are like cigarettes, and David Pac-Man is a neoliberal light. Why would Tulsi's statements be that much different from her stances on Kashmir, Venezuela, North Korea, and so on? Why are these people trying? Has Tulsi said anything about net neutrality? She was asked about it in her Reddit AMA, and she obviously upheld it. But Pac-Man is from Argentina. Since when? That's horrible. No wonder he's so like anti-Maduro. Yeah, he's one of the European ruling class. Well, I don't know where you got that from. I don't know if he's just admitted that or what. Why do people? Well, I do think that it's important for her to comment on an international issue like that because the U.S. had direct involvement. He's been hurt enough. LOL. Yeah, he has. Please debate Ghetto News Network again. I don't know. That poor guy. I haven't even seen his Twitter since. I haven't seen anyone. Don't debate Yellow Vest. 13th Amendment prevents us from voting people like this. Come on, y'all. Sophia's 18. She is far further along politically when I was 18 and starting a new education. Yeah, like I'm not an expert. I don't pretend to be either. I just enjoy learning stuff. He was born in Argentina. Wow, I did not know that. He's definitely from Argentina. He takes one hit and tells you how high he is for 2 hours. You guys are making me laugh more than asking me anything. It's so funny. Oh shit, TYT. What the fuck are they talking about? What are they doing right now? What are they talking about? They didn't endorse anyone yet, right? Oh my God. I went back just probably 2 minutes. And then at the bottom it says, literally every GOP talking point is trash. I can't stand these people. All right, time to mute again. A Pacman is from Argentina. How old are you? I'm 18. LOL, surprised. Pacman is a Zio Jew from Argentina. Pacman was born in Argentina, speaks Spanish fluently. I did not know that. I never really watched his show that much. I just watched whatever Kyle Kalinske, whenever he would use one of his segments in the show. Show which president in history has the best foreign policy. I don't know. All of them kind of sucked. JFK, Jimmy Carter. Well, actually, John Adams was an anti-interventionist. So maybe John Adams. I feel like Bernie has to start getting more assertive with distinguishing himself from Warren and Biden. Stop calling them friends. Maybe that would get his poll numbers up. Bernie people complain. Yeah. And I also think he needs to start, he needs to really break down the difference between Medicare for all versus Medicare for all who want it, because I'm getting from what I've been doing in New Hampshire, from the canvassing that I've been doing there, it seems like people are actually really falling for it, that whole concept of a public option. So I feel like he needs to be very direct in saying why that kind of system is designed to fail, and why it shouldn't be considered. Yeah. Just watch TYT will endorse Tulsi. And Pacman is a white Argentinian, and the white Latin Americans are usually European descent. True. My cousins are Ecuadorian. Those guys can smoke some pot. I hope Medicare for All covers recovery from getting completely destroyed in the debate. You should tweet that, so I'll retweet it. If you own a business or work in the government and Israel sells what you need, you have to buy it. Niko House is further left than Pac. Yeah, I think that's obvious. Pacman is more progressive than Tulsi. Okay. Really, Pacman is Latina. That's a damn shame. It makes us look bad. Yeah. It does make us look bad, but it's okay. No one knows that he's Hispanic. Like, even I look more Hispanic than him, and I look pretty white. Bernie needs to be aggressive on camera too. I agree. Bernie needs to grow a backbone and stand firmly against the establishment and their tomfoolery with these elections. Yeah, he looks and sounds like a total white boy. I was shocked too. I found that. Yeah, it was really funny. I want to move to Uruguay. Yes, absolutely. Uruguay is awesome. David sucks as a progressive. Yeah, no, he's not. I'm Ecuadorian, and yes, we smoke pot. My Ecuadorian cousins only claim to be Latino when it benefits them. Argentina is majority white. It's not even the same thing as being a white Venezuelan or Bolivian. Yeah, but he is literally, I straight up just thought he was American through and through. But Pacman says so. Wow, he does. So he's definitely like a neoliberal for sure. I bet David only drinks IPAs. I was asking questions on the Armenian genocide. Sorry. Good. Definitely troll them. All right, all right, I'm turning this on. Oh, they're not doing anything right now. I'm still worried that Bernie is appeasing to the establishment. He is. Even though Bernie is my second favorite, he needs to stop. Yeah, I agree. That's for sure. Tulsi wants to give Assange a full pardon. Well, he technically, oh wait, sorry, I just want to make sure. Super chats. A lot of comments about Warren. I thought they were going to say they're totally ignoring Armenian genocide, but okay. Technically, he can't be pardoned because he didn't commit any crime. He's just a journalist, but they can stop the extradition. He says there isn't any evidence to show NAFTA had a significant effect. Did you see the Niko House versus Ghetto News? I did. I'm going to ignore this other comment. My connection was broken. I had to switch tablets. Happens to me a lot. That sucks. Wi-Fi is not the best sometimes, you know? So what is he saying now? Oh, ew, he was saying how someone is drinking coffee out of a TYT mug. I don't know what is wrong with these people. Do you know if Tulsi will be on Joe Rogan? She said that she would be on soon, but not in her trip this time to LA. Tulsi said she would pardon him fully. Well, she said that she would pardon Snowden and Manning, but then Assange is a different story. All right. Okay. We've got our endorsement coming up right now. She's nervous. Should be kind of obvious that they're going to endorse. They're like stalling this. Like, hurry the fuck up. I don't know why. Stop doing this. I hate her voice. Okay. I'm officially endorsing Senator Bernie Sanders as the Democratic nominee for president. For why I'm endorsing him. All right. Why is she saying that? No, she will free Assange. I'm still listening. Sorry. Eugene Debs. Oh, that's such a joke. Eugene Debs would not like Bernie. Ew, what the fuck? People have like emojis of jank, and that's disgusting. Gross. I'm gonna have to comment. Oh wait, no, I can't. What was his speech? Bernie Sanders. Okay, I'm gonna mute it now. I don't care. And officially endorses Sanders. Wow, lady's got an ego. Is Yugu gonna endorse Warren? Absolutely. If he doesn't endorse Warren, then his whole debate with Kyle was just useless. Jimmy endorses Tulsi. Hasn't he always endorsed Tulsi? Keek? Because yeah, Jank will endorse Warren. Wi-Fi problems wouldn't explain why my comments are changed on YouTube. Jesus, she will. All right, what are they saying? No. Okay, they're still talking about it. Hurry the fuck up. I want to know who Jank endorses. Let's see what Twitter said so far about who endorsed Bernie on TYT. Anna. I wasn't surprised by that because she had criticized my likes on Tulsi's post always get scrubbed. Yeah, that scrubbed. Anna will still vote for Hillary. Absolutely. Okay, wait, they're back. Oh, she's crying. Her eyes are watering. The fuck? He's been fighting. He's principled. He's been fighting those who are powerless his entire career. Okay, they're just gonna keep talking, and she's gonna keep her eyes watering. Chunky emoji, man, someone likes them too much. I don't believe her. Anna's endorsing Bernie under the cover. Absolutely. No, I agree with you. You know, they wouldn't. That's why I think they had to make a deal where Jank would endorse Warren, and then Anna would endorse. Who the fuck cares? These people endorse. I don't care, but it's just funny to watch. Neoliberal tears are the bitterest tears of all. Okay, they're still talking about Bernie. Do you see Jank's theory that there was collusion after the election? I've seen that. OMG, crying. Did anyone read my comment? I did not. They disappeared here. Anna hid in the Bernie cloak with quickness. Oh, and where does she buy her Adidas from? From Niko. The Young Turks 5 years ago. Yep. Okay, they're still talking about that. Okay. Okay, they're just gonna keep talking about this for a while. I can't believe 100 of you are still watching. That's like the same amount of people that were on here before. Oh my god, they're just gonna keep going. Why couldn't they both endorse whoever and then just lay out their art? Okay. Oh, she's not. She's talking about how he's been fighting. Man, this wants me to play back that video when she was shilling for Hillary Clinton. and shaming everyone who voted for Trump, or everyone who's, who decided to not vote for Hillary. Niko's cat was the best guest host. I recorded it. It will all come down to Tulsi and Klobuchar in the end. Klobuchar has no chance. Oh, she's talking about what's his face, Lula and Bernie. Okay, she's talking about. She's showing for him. The fuck? Anna brought her kicks with TYT donor money. Bought her kicks. I'm guessing that oligarchy will win in 2020. I don't want to give TYT a view. I know. That's why I'm doing this live, man. Oh, she's reading Lula's tweet. I'm not gonna be surprised when Cenk endorses what's her face rather, Warren. Oh my god, how long is she gonna go on? Oh, she's talking about Kashmir. She's using all the points that she can't use for Tulsi. Modi. Domestic policy. Okay, she's talking about how people say Bernie hasn't accomplished anything. No progressives even knew who Lula was until Bernie said something. That's why he needs to speak out for Assange. But people only care about the movement that he's created when it's... Kim Iverson had a really good video about how to fix the immigration issue in the state. She has a video about it. Okay, cool. I think I probably watched it maybe. She's running down her Michael Brooks list. Thank you for your sacrifice. If Jake endorses Warren, I'm going to be sick. I'm not going to be surprised. Oh, she's still fucking talking. Oh, she's talking about AOC's endorsement. Oh my god. Did you see Pac-Man's smear of Tulsi again? No, I haven't. He always has something to say about Tulsi. Remember when people were calling Kim Iverson racist? I mean, listen, her comments were inappropriate, but, I just don't feel like, I don't know. She's still fucking talking about AOC's endorsement. Holy fuck. Yeah, they have like a TYT emoji. Where the hell is this coming from? Oh, it's there. Oh, you have to be like a TYT subscriber or some shit. Only owned brand accounts can... I don't know what that means. Okay, what are they talking about now? Okay. Sophia, check Tulsi's Instagram. What? I liked her thing about Hillary. Did she say anything about Bolivia? Or what? Oh shit, my AirPods are gonna die. Oh yeah, I saw the Hillary Clinton. Is it the same thing? It's the same thing, right? That she... I was wrong. I never should have made those remarks. Yeah, that's good. Okay, what the fuck did I miss? So many comments. Hold on, let me scroll through this. Michael Brooks blamed atheists for the New Zealand attack. I hope you're kidding. I unsubbed from them. Hold on, let me go back and see if they, if junk or what is she saying? Oh, is it Jank? Jank's turn. Here we go. I should have made some popcorn. Young Turks has been open to all candidates. We'll have an amazing conversation with people across the spectrum. Okay. Gave all those candidates. Okay, they're talking about how they've given everyone a platform. Don't do company endorsements. The hosts get to endorse whoever they want. Okay. For those of you who suspected that I love Elizabeth Warren, it's true, I do. I think she's fantastic. She's smart, strategic, and incredibly progressive. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Okay. 2 giant progressives in the tree. I endorse. What? He endorsed Bernie Sanders! What? What? This is unreal. Guys, there's no way that this is true. There's no way. There's no fucking way. He probably just did this to like save his credibility. I trust both of them. I think they've both proven that they're progressive. He endorsed Bernie. Revolution, not reform. He was shilling for Warren. He was literally saying she's more progressive when he was with Kyle. What's he saying? He propped up so hard. Yeah, he endorsed Bernie. What the fuck? I'm so fucking shocked right now. I'm so shocked right now. I can't watch you watch someone else when I have no clue what's going on. Yes, he endorsed Bernie. Bernie Sanders' strategy is going to be quicker, more effective. I'm so shocked right now. He definitely did this to save his career. Why would anyone endorse Warren? TYT is all in this for the clicks, yeah. They endorse Bernie. Bernie Sanders has been the one candidate that he's going up against that system in its entirety. Part of the reason why you can trust him. Current corrupt system. Cenk endorsed Bernie. I bet Kyle swayed him last minute. Who did Cenk endorse? He endorsed Bernie. 40 years. The guy's been on the right side. 40 years he fought for you on civil rights when he was a student. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Cenk endorses genocide. Kyle's too naive. He'll carry on boosting Warren. Yeah. Stop smearing Tulsi. Okay, he's just going through his reasons. This is, guys. Okay, I'm gonna mute this again. But he was arguing with Kyle that 1, Warren is more progressive, and then 2, that she has a better strategy with Kyle 2 weeks ago. And now he's saying the opposite. He's literally saying the opposite. He's saying that Bernie is more progressive because he's been more consistent. And 2, that Bernie's strategy is better because he's not for reform, he's for revolution. Which is a lie, by the way, but okay. To be honest, if you're a fanatic of a politician, you're blind. Oh, see what he's doing. Everyone commenting Armenian genocide. Bernie is to establishment. I knew they weren't going to endorse Bernie. I'm just glad it was. Oh, I knew they were going to endorse. No, I literally thought Cenk was going to endorse Warren because he was suggesting that she's more progressive and that she has a better strategy. Something changed. He's doing this to save his fucking career because he probably saw all those comments of everyone being like, these endorsements matter very little. The real TYT endorsements. I mean, they gave Hillary Clinton an endorsement. So, all right, what is he saying now? They'll talk about his age, but not the age of other. Okay. Damn, and a Kasparian to endorse Assad. That's why he shifted. He got torched on Twitter. That's what I think. That's literally what I think. Tried to argue that Warren was less corrupt. He did. When in that interview, this is how much Kyle was probably like, Jank, what are you doing? Oh God, I cannot believe this. No, she endorsed. I cannot believe this. I'm so shook right now. I cannot believe this. TYT will still smear Tulsi. They'll still prop up Warren. They're literally gonna still argue that she's so progressive, and they're just gonna act like their endorsement isn't really anything. Because he was saying that it doesn't matter which one. Emma Vigeland endorses Mayor P. Oh wait, are they all doing their endorsements today, or is it just Jank and what's her face, Anna? Kyle hasn't said anything about Ayanna Presley. Yeah, he didn't. TYT is the last drink of beer you dump on the ground. Of course, Bernie, of course. Anna will endorse all Turks. TYT slams Tulsi. It's ridiculous. Kyle saying Bernie's foreign policy is the best, especially, yeah, I know. Yeah, that was really bad. I don't know what his excuse is. Where's Niko? I'm here. Hey, Sophia, have you seen Emma debate Warren? It's on board. Was she defending Warren? I'm so tired of all of them. I am too. I just had fun watching this. Thank you to Brett for making me watch this. Jank is a type of guy to brag about using wet wipes instead of toilet paper. She'll stay their number 2. Absolutely. I mean, she's like their 1.5. He went with Bernie because he's been at this longer. And for all the reasons I just explained. And the GOAT, the greatest of all time. You weren't arguing that like 2 weeks ago. Okay, he said he's Muhammad Ali. Warren and Sanders, he's saying, terrible idea. This is their fucking goal. Joe Biden is still leading by 6 points in national polls. Pete Buttigieg, he's talking about Pete Buttigieg. He's complaining about Pete. Come on, just. He's still fucking talking. Because the whole, what he was just, I'm going to mute this. What he was saying before is that people think that now because he endorsed Bernie or whatever, that it needs to be Bernie versus Warren. And he's saying, no. That's the goal. So that's the strategy where it's, I'm going to endorse Bernie, but I still want them to work together because he knows that Warren will hurt Bernie. So in terms of the long term, he's endorsing Warren by propping her up like that. Joe Biden has a terrible record. Come the fuck on. Gravel 2020 is a dope shirt. Yeah, thank you. He voted for the Iraq War. Cool, you should. Kyle usually stays quiet about progressives. Doesn't crap on that, yeah. What is he saying now? Are you insane? That's what he just said. Nothing about politics, okay? Okay, he's gonna shill for Warren. I'm just listening to this before my AirPod dies. Nothing will fundamentally change. Attacking Warren and Sanders. I like you guys and Kyle Clinton. I like. Who's gonna endorse Tulsi and do it? That's illegal for them to do. Kyle has clarity, but objectively. Sophia, what are your thoughts on the new YouTube guidelines? I didn't look much into them. Come on, he's not fucking talking about Warren. I just want to hear him say his strategy, which is that it has to be Bernie and Warren. Attacking one another when you have this incredible record. He's criticizing Joe Biden so much, but you know what he's already said? He said that anyone who wouldn't vote for Joe Biden when it's Biden versus Trump is mental. But he's going on a rant right now about how much he hates Biden. Wrap it up. I know I'm listening to what the fuck he's saying, so I can't wrap it up until he wraps it up. Anna is saying, I agree with you on that. Jimmy should have stayed to check these fools. Yeah, I wonder if he would have been able to endorse Tulsi. What is Sophia watching? I'm watching TYT and who they endorsed. I just want to hear Cenk's strategy with propping up Warren. Propaganda, are you serious? It's crazy. TYT is trash. True. Oh my God, they're just fucking talking. Which is why it's not important to assume Bernie or Warren. That's the conversation taking place in progressive circles. You can't make that assumption. She's talking about the rise of Buttigieg, Klobuchar. I'm taking one for the team. I am. She calls herself part of independent media. This is Anna Kasparian. What these candidates also entail. AirPods are bourgeois. That threat right now is Joe Biden. Okay. Trump will never win. Sophia, what did you think about Niko's debate? He did great. Warren is progressive and I'm Santa Claus. Hold on. I'm going to tweet out that I'm reacting live to TYT. Bankruptcy bill. I'm just going to advertise this as I'm taking one for the team. He's still talking about the bankruptcy bill. TYT is that smell you can't find, but it's stuck to you somewhere. Crystal ball is shilling TYT. Alec has a point. The Hill is much better than TYT, yeah. They're still talking about Buttigieg. But again, he's going to endorse him when the time comes. Did you know that he speaks Norwegian? Look, guys, this is crunch time. Primaries start at the beginning of February. There's only a couple months left. So if you're going to fight for Warren or Sanders, do it now and do not make the same mistake that the Republicans make of only attacking one another, thinking Trump can't possibly win. That's what they're saying about Tulsi. They're saying Tulsi can't win. Sophia, what is your Twitter handle? I'll put it here. I'm commenting it right now. Sophia, you need to see the ABC Epstein special. I saw that. I commented my Twitter handle there. He's just talking about Pete Buttigieg again, and again. Thank you, grouchy Marxist. Are you? He's just going on this entire rant about how much he hates Buttigieg and okay. It's now winning time, so for God's sake, Whoever your candidate is, volunteer for them. Donations they're doing great on. Again, it's there because they're a team. Pete can be a neoliberal in 8 different languages. Sophia's 18. I only know how to kickflip at 18. Epstein. 2IT is dragging for ratings. You gotta know who you're working for, but also be smart about who you're working against. All right, we're wrapping up. When they come back, they're talking about campaign news. Another endorsement for Bernie. Okay. Sophia is super precious. We need more youth who are on this beat. Thank you. He's saying it's maddening what he said about Elizabeth Warren. Okay, they'll be right back. Well, that was that was it. I'm still shocked. I don't know, I feel like that was just one of the most surprising bits of information I've heard in a while. A bit naive regarding some figures, but also good at networking, very shrewd. What do you mean regarding some figures? Polls are rigged. Hello, they are. Supporting and promoting Warren is like promoting root canals. You guys are so funny. I could just laugh all day reading your comments. Jank, here's movie music behind him while he speaks. He does. He really does. He thinks that he's some revolutionary while he's propping up Warren. TYT, the MSDNC of YouTube. I'm telling you, it's just so funny for them to be ranting about how much they hate Biden and Buttigieg, and then a year from now, you're going to hear them acting like they're the best people in the world because they're not as bad as Trump, because Trump's a racist, because he's a bad guy, because he's a Russian puppet. I'm still shocked that he endorsed Bernie, but again, he did it for careerist reasons. I mean, he loves Warren so much that he pulled a careerist move, but what can I say? Tulsi is the first candidate that I donated to, and I gave Bernie $1 and keep getting SMS texts about, can you attend this rally? I got a couple of those. Bye, folks. Bye, Cheyenne. Jenk should call it what it is, a temporary endorsement for Bernie. If Warren moves up in the polls, he'll drop Bernie like a cheeseburger wrapper. True. It's, this is the whole, this is the whole strategy, which is he has to work with Warren. He has to, they're going to be the ultimate duo, the progressive champions. But you can't tell me that this wasn't a careerist move, because if you listen to what he was saying with Kyle, he clearly felt that Warren was superior. So for him not to endorse her, it just very inconsistent. And he has been really propping up Warren, but that video with Kyle was just the worst. And now he's just saying the total opposite, which makes no sense. Okay. Cheers to Bernie, Tulsi from Canada. Niko texted me back. He's smarter than I thought. Boy got ratioed, I heard. Do you think Jank really thinks he's deeply progressive? No. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy probably has a net worth. Can we find his net worth? I can't spell his last name. Hold on. Net worth. What is this guy net worth? Do you think that he really cares about progressives? He does not. 5 million. That's what I thought it was. This guy does not give a shit about progressivism. He's just in it for the money, baby. How can I watch the Kyle debate? I'll find the link. Hold on. Jank versus Kyle. Maybe they deleted this, but it was Kyle who posted it. So unless he deleted it too. Oh wait, they kept it up. Bernie or Warren? See, this whole fucking debate was Bernie versus Warren, and then Jank was arguing, yes, I love Warren, she's amazing, she's more progressive, and now he endorses Bernie. It makes no fucking sense. All right, I'm putting the link, guys. Watch it, come back to me, tell me you weren't fucking surprised by what Jank said. Chunky got dumped by Warren last night, so he bitterly endorsed. How did he get dumped by Warren? Tulsi needs some hoodies. It's cold. I know. She needs an unusual American one. Make sure you watch that debate, guys, and tell me that this is not a fucking surprise. I was so fucking surprised when he said, I'm endorsing Bernie Sanders. You can tell Cenk is lying by his shifty eyes and sweaty face. He used to be a Republican and makes Republican liberty type argument. Really? That's interesting. I mean, maybe he could be, take care, peace out. All right, see ya. Thanks for sticking around. Cenk did say he was Republican back in the 90s. Well, why didn't he endorse Warren? He has that in common with her. I'm only going to support Bernie if he makes Tulsi his VP. I agree with you. I'd have to really know that Tulsi would be able to support. I mean, Tulsi would be able to control his foreign policy, but Warren made a career move to endorse. Yeah, that's what I said. He's learning from her careerist moves. He's Republican until George W. Bush. Does Cenk drink bacon grease? All right, let's see if they're back yet. Oh, they're talking about climate change. Okay, I don't know what. Cenk is the bacon grease personified. That's so mean. Former Republican, just like Warren. That's what I said. Damn, I'm sad that he didn't endorse his fellow Republican. Chunk is hooked on baconaise. Never Warren. Yep, never Warren. Preach. I can't believe you guys still are here. It's so funny. Oh, I wish I had advertised that I was reacting live before. People missed my reaction. Maybe I'll see if Niko will let me post my reaction to it, because I was so surprised. I literally could not believe my ears. Sophia, I would like you to read Sheldon Wolin, Democracy Inc. Okay. I need money to buy a book. Okay. Oh, he died in 2015. I will keep that open, and next time I get money, I'll get one. Democracy, watch the Sam Sharma show. It's because we love you. Thank you, Natalie. How can I send you political info? If it's like an article you want me to cover, I have that on my Patreon, where it's, I think it's the $3 option where you can do that. You should go on the Jimmy Dore. No, that he would never do that. Like, I'm not established enough, first of all, to do that. But this is entertaining. Use food for thought, miss. How can I? Yeah. So yeah. With regard to how can you send me political information, that's the best way, because then that's a guarantee that I will cover whatever you send me. But yeah, to all of you who stuck around, if you could please support me, please. I'm trying to make a living for right now. I have my Patreon, but I also have my PayPal and Cash App. I think I saw that someone donated. Just want to educate you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, apparently someone sent me. Why is a young woman a first source for this kind of news? It's a great day to be in America if Warren were president. Of course. Did he say that recently? Okay, let's see what they're talking about now. Oh, I think they have Naomi Klein on. Oh, because he was talking about. I love Anna Kasparian endorsement, and she's a role model for all. If I had a daughter, I would show her clips of fiery Anna. Fucking puking. Wow, they got 5,000 super chat comments. Maybe I'm gonna get a job at TYT so I can make money. Patreon, same name, Sophia X. Yeah, I have it in the description here. It's patreon.com/sofiaxzaldivar. Thank you, Natalie. Unfortunately, I can't receive those super chats. They go to the network, but thank you. I'm still hoping Johnny Sue puts together all three of. Oh yeah, the college origin stories. I just want Sophia to continue educating yourself. Thank you. I do too. I'm trying, Do you have a YouTube channel? I do, but I'm going to be starting it up probably tomorrow. Do you have a YouTube? Oh yeah, it's really annoying. I wish it would just go directly to me, but it does go to the channel, or to the network rather. Would be a great RT worker. Oh my god, I would love to work at RT. That was like my dream job. But Sophia's 18. She is smart as. Thank you. Naomi Klein has changed and become what she wrote about, a green capitalist. Yeah, it's really weird to see. She also was with Molly Crabapple, right? And it's weird to see her pushing that. And she said that the whole coup with Bolivia is complex or something. It was really weird. I don't know. Dang, that hurts. We have to pay you to cover a story. No, you don't. I just said like if you want to send me an article, a specific article or video or whatever you want me to cover, that's how I can see it. Oh, look, my AirPods died. Too much demonetization of YouTube as of late. What a funny name. Yeah, I call her Crap Apple. that's her nickname. Anna's a parrot who sees Tulsi as a threat. She squawks on TYT as a defense mechanism. I may start using Rockfin with YouTube. Cool. From a 75-year-old 60s activist, you made me proud and give me hope. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I have 90 people watching. Sophia, do you have a Minds account? What is that? I've never heard of that before. Minds pays well. What is it? I'm looking up right now. Thank you. Dude, I hope we get to canvas together for Tulsi. Yes, it's really the best. Canvassing is something else. You get a taste of what people are like, what their opinions are, like with Tulsi or whatever candidate you decide to canvass for. Anna squawks. But yeah, canvassing is the best. I highly recommend it. Mine's is a Facebook alternative. So watching the radical independent get demonetized have been very odd. He's milquetoast, makes no sense. Naomi Klein has bought into the Extinction Rebellion big time. Yeah, and also the Green New Deal. She's been pushing that pretty hard, and whatever. It's sad to see, but what are you gonna do? So okay, so Minds is like a YouTube platform. YouTube is under corporate takeover. It is. I need to find a Tulsi team in Texas. There's a Twitter account that's Texas for Tulsi. I don't know if you've seen them on Twitter, but you should follow them and see if you can do anything with them in terms of canvassing, because her numbers, I think, have been pretty decent actually in Texas. They weren't 2%. I think they were like 3%. Sorry if I offended you guys with my FDR. You did not. It was a good question. Okay, I need to verify my email for this Minds thing. Minds. So it's a Facebook alternative. Okay. Minds.com. Yes, I saw that. I need to find a Tulsi team in Orange County. That's in California, right? Or is that Florida? No, it's California. I'm pretty sure I've seen one person from Orange County. Yeah, Minds is owned by a libertarian who has openly supported Julian and follows Unity for J. That's cool. Minds is good. I have an account, but don't use it much. So it's just like a social media platform, or what? Tell us your Minds account when you get one. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. New York. Are you from New York? Because there's New Yorkers for Tulsi. Their Twitter is New York with Tulsi. You should check them out. Does the Tulsi team in New York City still meet Midtown? I haven't attended any of their events yet, but I heard that on Fridays they meet at Port Authority. You can post videos. Okay, cool. I'd like to help Tulsi and NYC. Yeah, contact New Yorkers for Tulsi. Their email is newyorkersfortulsi@gmail.com. Middletown, Port Jervis. During World War II, every nation had a terrible foreign policy. Yep. And for some reason, my email didn't get verified. Yeah, OC is in California. It is like Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, the thing with that is that I really only use Twitter, and then I post to Instagram as well. But those are my those are the two easiest platforms for me to use, just because there's so many people on it, and I like to get my news from Twitter. I'm Texas Tulsi on Twitter. Hit me up. Contact him. Cool. Thanks. I live in Midtown. Please verify your email. Oh, I accidentally spelled my email wrong. Okay, I'm creating my account now. Oh, look, it suggested Abby Martin for me to follow, but I'm gonna do Joe Rogan, and that's all. My display name. Oh, choose an avatar. I will put my profile picture there. Let me find this. I would definitely volunteer for Tulsi. It's a good idea. You should definitely do it. It's super worth it. I stay away from Twitter, personal choice. I agree with you. I mean, I just like to use it because it's an easy way to see your news, you know. Oh wow, you get paid to be active on this. Well, I'm gonna have to get everyone who I know from Twitter to use this, because that's the only way I would really be motivated enough to use this. If you post Julian Assange content, I can pay you and boost the content. Unity for J just uploads content to it, but use Twitter like you as well. Oh, okay. I'm gonna follow them then on this. Subscribed, boost feed. So you pay to get posts boosted? That's interesting. If you don't comment, Twitter isn't bad. If you comment, beware. Yeah, everyone gets paid. Oh, and content creators get paid more. Well, I'm gonna have to. I guess what I would do is just like download whatever segment I posted for the day and just use it on here and then get paid. So how do I get paid on here then? If I just like something? Okay, so you said Unity for J. Do you know? Yeah, is their username just the same? Because I don't see, images, channels. There we go. I subscribe to them now. So how do I get paid on this? No, you get a wallet and bank crypto. Okay. I'm trying to get Tulsi to come to Orange County, California. She needs to have a town hall here. Yes, she definitely does. I think has she just gone to LA pretty much? Lee Camp is active. Act out. Okay, I'm going to Lee Camp. Who else is on here that I would know? Police the Police. I feel like Tulsi could do well in California. Oh, Mint Press, thank you. Only LA. That's really sad. What about like Sacramento? She hasn't gone. San Francisco. RT. Oh, yep. Thank you for giving me ideas. It's like hard to think of all these. I think Tulsi could do really well in California too, but I think that she's gonna do better probably in New Hampshire. Why worry about getting paid? Because I'm broke and I really need money. So I have to find a way to make money. I got fam in LA. That's cool. I used to live in California. It was really nice. I lived in San Diego. What is your username? It's the same as my Twitter one, sofiaxzaldivar. I can type it in again. Hold on. sofiaxzaldivar. Rigging in California is just a pain. Their system is incredibly corrupt, but that's the good thing. And that's what Niko was commenting about, which was that 37 of the states have open primaries. So, even if she doesn't win California and New Hampshire because of their rigging, I'm assuming that they'll definitely definitely rig it for someone like Warren, you know. I'm airwaves on mines. Okay. I subscribe to you. I hope Tulsi visits Finland while she's president. That's cool. She should definitely tour around and look at their education system because it's one of the best. The point of sheep herders, Trotskyists, social democrats, whatever, is to discredit socialism as they actively defame it. Yeah, I mean, you know, what Bernie does with Venezuela is bad, even though, you know, they are a social democracy. But yeah, they always tend to demonize real socialism, like in China, for example. But sounds like Russian. Did you see Humanist reports say that there isn't any rigging? I did. Did you see, oh wait, I didn't know mines pay you. Apparently it does. I have to check it out. Tulsi should look at, that's what I said, that she should look at their education system. They only have 10 minutes of homework each night too. Tulsi's lawyer to Tulsi, we look forward to you promptly correcting the record as they are trolling. Someone did a post where it was what Hillary should say, and then they put in Epstein didn't kill himself at the end. I thought it was real at first, but obviously it's not. Brooks isn't pro-intervention for his side, ergo it's liberal imperialism. It's not socialist intervention, which he opposes as authoritarian. Broke, you mean the rumor about Tulsi supporters being paid by Russia is not true? Yes, I wish I was paid by Russia. I'm admitting that. That's why I said I'd love to work for RT. Did you see Kim Iverson's speech? I did. It was a good speech. California has open primaries, but it's the neoliberal stronghold. You have to set up the crypto wallet. It's easy. Okay. Well, I'm just, now I'm not even talking about anything or covering anything. I'm just going live. So I guess I'll, in real time, you'll see me set this up. I was too rebellious for Finland's education system. Dude, Russia, where are my big bucks? I'm waiting. Yeah, and apparently Modi too. Oh, you have received a wire of 10 tokens. Oh, cool. California has been one of the corrupt states I've been to. Yep. Sofia is broadcasting from a set abroad of Russian sub. Okay. Who else should I add here on mines, people? Tell me. I'm like trying to think. Oh, I don't know if Gray Zone does anything on here. Oh, they do. Good. So Aaron Matei. It is a soundstage. Should Tulsi go after Warren? Oh yeah, let's talk about what Tulsi should do at these next debates. Is it tomorrow? I don't even know when they are, to be honest. Is it? Wait, it's like the 13th, right? Minds? No, it's minds.com. It's a, here, I'm typing it, minds.com. Let's talk about what Tulsi should do at these debates, because I was just thinking about all the things that she could do, what's worth it, you know, because she does need to get her name out there. I think her name is out there by now, but the problem is just her strategy. Like what should she do to boost her credibility? I don't know. Go after Mayo P. Yeah. What new things should she say? Should she comment on? Should she criticize the debates, like the way that they're hosted? Oh, November 20th. Really? Oh, wow. So maybe it was November 13th that she needed to qualify for them, maybe? I don't know why I remember that specific date. Lost the video feed. Chat is sluggish. Oh. Check out Unity. Yeah. I already added them, but I'm going to set up this. How do you set up this wallet thing? Let's see. She should drop her UBI plan. I mean, first of all, she needs to drop her healthcare plan. I think that's the most important step forward, is for her to drop that, because if she doesn't drop that, you know, we're still just going to be arguing based on no exact physical plan. I mean, obviously I know the plan because Niko knows the plan, because he has his ways, but besides that, we have no way of actually, showing people proof. They won't let Tulsi have the nomination, and their party will try and destroy her political career after the election. She might as well go for the throat. I agree. Gordon Dimmack. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Gordon Dimmack. Followed him. Yeah, for sure. We have to get Liz answering foreign policy questions. I mean, they're going to cut to ads again, as they always do. But Rachel Maddow will cut Tulsi at the November debate if Tulsi has her sights to take out Warren. I agree. I think one thing that Tulsi should do also is push back against the whole Russiagate shit, because all the candidates are up there screaming about Russia and their interference in our elections. I think she should say, the Mueller report came out, it said no collusion. Can we get over this already? And why aren't you guys talking about actual legislation to do something about this if this is something that you're so concerned about, even though it said no collusion? That's really all. Tulsi needs to go right for the point at the debates and leave out the exposition or reintroductions of herself. Yeah, I agree. I definitely, I think that she needs to stop introducing herself. Like, at this point, it's whatever if people don't really know you. I think it's better for her to just espouse her message, and then if people are interested in her message and haven't heard of her before, they'll look her up. Mamma mia, that long not giving any information. I think she should bring up all her bills so people see she is not one thing. Yeah, call out the Electoral College. She supports reforming it. She doesn't support abolishing it. But she should definitely say that she should comment on how Hillary Clinton lost that election, and that we should accept that instead of blaming Russia for that. We should actually accept that and actually do a self-reflection of the party and consider the fact that it was her horrible domestic policy and her horrible foreign policy that was just so unappealing to so many people, that you had people who voted for Obama twice who then voted for Trump. And a lot of people obviously who stayed at home. I think she should attack that. Yes, good idea, Sophia. Then the media will attack Tulsi for going against Russiagate. Yeah, and I think that'll help her. Then they'll say she's a Russian asset again. I mean, she's a Russian asset for just reading the the summary of the Mueller report. Okay. She should go after Warren for sure. I'm not sure she will. We will see. Honestly, Tulsi would get a lot of coverage for going after Bernie. Oh my God. The burners would fucking scream. But good night, Howdy N.I. Houdini. Sorry, I don't know why I read it like that. Tulsi is in a target-rich environment. There are a number of possibilities, but they will give her like 3 minutes or something. So she'll see. Yeah, I think she needs to comment something about foreign policy. And I think she should say I think she should bring up the Bush-Clinton doctrine. But then I really, really hope that she would also talk about the interventions, the CIA interventions before Clinton, before Bush, too, because those are also regime change efforts, regime change wars. So is there a cure for Bernie's TDS? There is not a cure for that. He will not stop. It's really infuriating. Call out delegates and super delegates. I agree with you. I think she could point out the fact that all these people are talking about how Russia attacked our democracy, yet they aren't pushing for their own party to get rid of super delegates completely, that it's not enough to just get rid of them in the second round, or in the first round, and keep them in the second round. But you actually need to get rid of them completely if you want to, remotely argue that your party is about democracy, but that's just my take. Ford Fisher is on Minds too. He's a cameraman and films. I've not heard of Tulsi on the Bolivian coup. I'm hoping for her to make a statement by tonight. It's been a while. She's still gathering her information, but. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this up because we talked enough today. All right. Well, if you have any last comments, you can let me know. But I'm going to end this. So many targets, so little time. I agree. I definitely agree. Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in. Make sure that you become a Patreon. I created my own Patreon page. I also have my PayPal, my Cash App if you want to support, my work on the show. And you can obviously support the show in general and support Niko too. The links are all in the description. But thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I will probably see you tomorrow. So, bye.